The Mensa Society was founded in England in 1946 and spread to America by 1960. There are three main purposes of Mensa, as outlined in its constitution: identify and foster human intelligence for the benefit of humanity, encourage research into the nature, characteristics, and uses of intelligence, provide a stimulating intellectual and social environment for members. Through the 1960s, American Mensa concentrated mainly on its third purpose, but some members wanted more.
My individual proudest moment predates the formation of the foundation, and that was having Buckminster Fuller as our keynote speaker at the combined Canadian and American annual gathering in connection with Expo 67. And that actually was a motivating factor toward the creation of the foundation. We had that in mind. Gee, if we could attract more people like that. In conversation, without any particular agenda, those of us who weren't really there to join a social club thought that it would be desirable to have a more serious arm of Mensa. Sander Rubin and I were the principal movers of this. It was 1971.
The public position to the members, or to the people who were, was that of a round table, a club. The original concept of Mensa from the British origins was partly a club and partly some kind of ambition to do some good in the world, because intelligent people should do good things in the world, okay? The original American Mensa tried to set themselves up as an educational institution. They, in fact, the original governmental connection was with the New York Board of Regents as where they got their charter from, their corporate document. And that conflicted with the idea of it as a social organization. Now, my thought was that it doesn't have to be one thing or the other. It just has to be some structure that accommodates both.
One thing that isn't widely known is that in the founding of this organization, which legally was called the American Mensa Education Research Foundation, our meetings and the signing of the papers were held in Max Fogel's office, who was at the time our Director of Science and Education, and we met in his office and signed our incorporation papers there at the Eastern Pennsylvania Psychiatric Institute, which I think was a certainly apropos location. It was run on a shoestring out of my office, and it grew, and as you know, it's become a very vital and vibrant part of the Mensa family. In those days, we actually gave small grants for new and independent research.
The Mensa Education and Research Foundation, now simply the Mensa Foundation, started and has continued many worthwhile and valuable programs through the years. While it was becoming incorporated, the Foundation began publishing the Mensa Research Journal, also known as the MRJ. The MRJ has had only 5 editors during its lifetime and has grown into a widely respected, award-winning publication. At the suggestion of Dr. Abby Salney, American Mensa Committee Chairman Marvin Grossworth started a scholarship program in 1973, and this program was turned over to the Foundation to administer. While the program started with just a couple of small scholarship awards, this year the Foundation's growing endowment provided for 67 national and regional scholarships, totaling around $70,000. An annual colloquium was proposed by AMC Chairman Gabe Werba in 1980. The Foundation administered the first one in October of 1982 at the Copley Plaza Hotel in Boston. Over 280 were in attendance to discuss Forecasting a Valid Tomorrow, Destination AD 2000. 14 colloquia have been held thus far, with the most recent being held in Texas to discuss electronic gaming and its impact on society. Other programs added over the years are the Awards for Excellence in Research, the Distinguished Teacher Award, the Copper-Black Award for Practical Creative Achievement, and the Intellectual Benefits Award. In addition, a series of podcasts titled Conversations with Mensa have become quite popular, and a website for gifted children and their parents, Mensa for Kids, has been developed. Over the past 40 years, many members of Mensa have contributed not only funding, but also countless hours of time and many great ideas to help the foundation grow and succeed. One of the most popular and successful ideas was Joe Zanka's auction of a $5 bill to raise funds for scholarships. Many times Joe persuaded smart people to pay hundreds of dollars for a $5 bill, all to help a worthy cause. Foundation President Greg Timmers was recently interviewed about the present and future of the work of the foundation.
The important reason that the Mensa Foundation was actually established was that it recognizes that Mensa is really about returning something to society and leaving a footprint and recognizing that we have a gift as our intelligence, and how do we return that to society for benefiting society. And that's, I think, where we are now realizing the added significance of the organization.
Greg, you've been on the Mensa Foundation board for 15 years, and you've been serving as its president for 9 years. What's been the strategic focus during the last decade?
We've really focused on two primary purposes. The first has to do with the programming itself, and it was an intent to make our programs valuable and relevant to our members. We recognized that we wanted to continue our core focus on the programs that benefit society, but then we really wanted to enhance the programs for our specific members. The best examples would be our scholarship programs and our recognition programs, which are targeted directly to the members. And then secondly, it was the sustainability of the Foundation's programs, and that was through increasing our endowments for the future funding, and also then hiring a professional staff that could assist us in implementing the programs. We've really had to reevaluate the relevance of all of our programs. We understand the Internet has opened up larger populations to us, but the method that we use for our programming had to change. And I think the two most recent and relevant successful programs we had are our website, our Mensa for Kids, which benefits both the individual members, it benefits their gifted youth, the educators, and then the parents. And then the second example is one of our newer programming, which is our podcast, which we have titled Conversations with Mensa.
And so what is the future for the Mensa Foundation?
The future for us is going to be a greater role internationally. We've been asked by our international Mensa members to further expand our programs because of the success that they've seen with our program that has been begun in the American Mensa program. And I think, again, it's going to be really to continue to build on the Mensa reputation as the credible resource from an international perspective. Happy anniversary, Mensa Foundation.